There are a few things that you need to know about an herb to determine if it's the right herb for you. And I want to make sure that you have all of the skills and foundational knowledge to effectively and safely bring herbal medicine into your own life. So today we are going to break those things down. Hey, welcome back to Herbs and Ease. My name is Kristen, and I am here to help you feel better in your body. And my favorite way to do that is with herbs. So if you search the internet for herbs for a particular ailment, you're bound to come up with a really big list of herbs that might help you out with whatever issue that you're experiencing. But just because an herb does what you want it to do to the body doesn't mean it's going to make you feel the way that you want to feel, because herbs cannot just be reduced to their actions. You also have to consider their energetics. When I'm helping people choose herbs to help manage wellness issues, it's really rare that we can just match an herb to an ailment, because in herbalism, we're not tending to ailments. We are tending to people, and people are complex, and there's so many things that influence how a person is feeling and what they're experiencing in their body. And that's what makes herbalism holistic. So this is part 3 of the Herbs and Ease Herbalism 101 series. And in today's episode, we are breaking down herbal energetics and herbal actions. So be sure to subscribe, because in part 4, we're going to break down the other side of the equation and how to use all of this information to choose the best herb for you. We're going to break down constitution and how to actually match an herb to a person rather than just to an ailment. And I don't want you to miss this foundational knowledge. It's going to save you a lot of trial and error of just trying random herbs to see which one actually makes you feel better, especially if you don't have access to an herbal practitioner who can streamline that process for you. So the first thing that we need to know when we are picking an herb is what the herb actually does. And this is the herbal action. Herbal actions are also known as the herbal properties or the medicinal actions, and they refer to the specific effects or characteristics of herbs on the body. Herbal actions are used in herbalism and in contemporary medicine to describe the ways that a substance interacts with the body and influences various physiological processes. And there are a ton of herbal actions. We have anti-inflammatories, which manage and reduce inflammation in some way. We have diuretic herbs, which are going to increase urine production and often help with things like bloating and swelling and edema. We have nervines, which are going to have some sort of effect on the nervous system, maybe stimulating the nervous system or relaxing the nervous system. You have adaptogens, which are going to be big stress relievers and help to build energy and to increase resilience in the body. You have immunomodulators that will help to either excite the immune system or tone down activity in the immune system, depending on what the immune system is doing. There are so many different herbal actions. It would probably be really boring for me to just sit here and read off herbal actions to you. So instead, I created a handy PDF for you. And to get this PDF, all you got to do is follow me on social media. I got a TikTok. I have an Instagram. Send me a DM that says Herbal Actions, and I will send you the PDF so that you can get familiar with all of the different actions. So herbal actions are what the herbs actually do to the body. And obviously, when we are using an herb for a particular ailment, we want the herb to do something specific to the body. So that's herbal actions. But as I said, just because an herb does what we want it to do to the body, it doesn't mean that an herb is going to make us feel the way that we want to feel. So the other part of knowing an herb is knowing what its energetic effects are. So herbal energetics. The term herbal energetics refers to the concept of understanding the chemical properties of herbs and how these properties affect the body. So while it may sound kind of woo-woo, herbal energetics are actually incredibly logical and simple. Does an herb heat or cool the tissues of the body? Does it excite or sedate a function of the body? Does it dry or moisten? Does it constrict or relax tissue? So often when we think about energetics, we are considering where herbs lay on an XY axis, with X being the cooling, heating spectrum, and Y being the moistening, drying spectrum. So on the x-axis, we have warming herbs and we have cooling herbs. And in the middle are neutral herbs. So warming herbs are often stimulating, and they can increase circulation, they can affect aspects of the metabolism, they can affect warmth and heat in the body. Warming herbs are often used to promote digestion, maybe relieve cold and stagnant conditions, and sometimes they can even stimulate the immune system. And cooling herbs, on the other hand, are generally calming. Sometimes they can reduce inflammation and heat and irritation in the body, and they may also be used to soothe and cool tissues, to alleviate fever, and support conditions that are related to excess heat. So neutral herbs, on the other hand, they're not going to have a very strong warming or cooling effect on the body and are usually considered to be balanced. They may be used for general support without causing significant changes in temperature. Now, on the other line, we have our moistening and drying spectrum. Moistening herbs are known for their ability to increase hydration and moisture in the body. They may have a soothing and nourishing effect on dry or depleted tissue. They can be used to promote lubrication, softness, and flexibility in the body. They're often used for conditions where there is a deficiency or dryness, like dry skin, a dry cough, constipation. And then, of course, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have drying herbs, and these are going to have the opposite effect of actually reducing moisture or dampness in the body. They may have an astringent or drying action on tissues. They can be used to tone and tighten tissues, reduce excess fluid or dampness, and then of course promote dryness. And these are often used for conditions where there is an excess of moisture or dampness, like edema and swelling, excessive mucus production, or even weeping skin conditions or oily skin conditions. So understanding the energetic of an herb is a really important aspect of what a plant is going to do to the body, because if you are a very dry person and you take an herb that is very drying, just because it does something like manage anxiety, if it also exacerbates your dryness, that's going to throw you out of balance. And to be medicinal, an herb has to help you maintain balance. So if it throws you out of whack in one area of your physiology, that's not really your medicine. So finding an herb that actually fits with you is going to be really important. So we have herbal energetics and we have the herbal actions. But to effectively now choose which herb we should actually use, we need to know two more things. We need to know our constitution and the energetics of the ailment. So knowing all of these things is what takes us from just using herbs the way that we would use pharmaceuticals to actually practicing herbalism as a holistic and well-rounded perspective of making lifestyle interventions and making changes to our wellness. And we are going to cover that in the next episode of our Herbalism 101 series, Picking the Right Herb for You. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out. Okay, I will see you in the next episode where we put all of this together. And until then, stay balanced. Okay, I love you. Bye.